Now, the start of this video is going to be a bit weird, but just bear with me. But if you want to get good at public speaking, right, what is the best way of getting good at public speaking? Well, public speaking. Of course, you got to do your notes and you've got to learn the theory and you've got to learn how to be a good public speaker. But the best way of being a good public speaker is doing public speaking in real life. If you want to get good at speaking German, well, what is the best way of getting good at speaking German? It's actually going out there and practicing German. Of course, you've got to learn the theory, you've got to learn your verbs, and you've got to learn all your words. And it helps if you can write down the language in words. But the key thing is actually being able to speak it. If you want to get good at speaking something, you have to speak that language. Also, if you want to get lots of muscles and be shredded, just like me, if you just want to be like me and shredded, I'm joking by the way, but if you do want to be like that, right, obviously you've got to train, right? You can sit at a desk and learn all the theory all you like, but you have to put the theory into practice and you've got to train. Now, I say all this to say this. You are going to be sitting 6 hours of A-level maths questions next summer. And if you want to get a good A-level maths grade, you have to practice and get good at answering maths exam questions inside a total of 6 hours. What I'm trying to say right now is if you do not practice past exam questions, or at least any kind of exam questions under timed conditions, you are not going to do well. You will not. Unless you're just a genius and you're really talented, but most of us aren't, okay? Now, the challenge with that is, of course, you guys have not finished the syllabus. So you guys right now can't go and do past papers because you've not finished everything in the syllabus, so you won't be able to answer every question. You can pick and choose questions out that you know you can do, but it's a bit pointless really. It's going to be hard to police that and time that properly. However, if you are in year 13, you have just done first year, right? You've got all the AS papers online. You can get those AS papers online. You can start practicing now, right? Because you've done the AS content. So you can time yourself doing those AS papers and see how you do under timed conditions. Also, if you are interested in working with me and joining my 3-month program, what I actually do is for the homework that I set you each week, we actually do the homework in exam conditions. So we set aside a 30-minute window each week to do the homework and we time it so you get practice with doing questions, exam style questions under time conditions. So the way I do it is each week it's 25 marks of exam style questions and it's time for 30 minutes. Now I have met with some people and some people have disagreed with that philosophy. Some people have said to me, hang on, you shouldn't be timing homework because homework's all about taking your time, going through your notes, using your notes and taking your time to understand the material. And I totally understand that point of view. That is absolutely legitimate. However, I would counter that point with 2 points. So my first point to that would be, well, do your homeworks count towards your final exams? No. So does it really matter how well you do in your homeworks? Not really. Your homeworks are all about making mistakes, right? That is the whole point of homework. The whole point of homework is that you make mistakes in your homework and you learn from your homework. And also the point of homework is that you identify what you know and then you identify what you don't know. And the things that you drop marks with in your homework are the things that then you target your revision on. So that would be my first point. Now, my second point is that I do read virtually all of your comments and I know that a lot of you guys struggle with the exam pressure. You struggle under time conditions in exam pressure. So the whole point of me timing homework and me believing in this philosophy is that by timing homework each week, you're getting used to being under pressure. You're getting used to being timed. So that would be my counter response. Now, obviously, I understand that most of you watching this right now will not join my program, right? And most of you are probably not interested, or most of you won't be eligible to join anyway. So what could you guys do? You could, if you wanted to, time your school homework. So basically the homework you get set from school, you could time yourself and do it in exam conditions. So in A-level maths, it's 1.2 minutes per mark. So what you do, if it was like a 20-mark piece of homework, times 20 by 1.2, put the timer on, do the homework. Now, obviously the really big issue with that is that if you do time your school homework, right, and you struggle with your school homework, you've then got to hand in a really bad piece of homework to your teacher. And that may be embarrassing for you, potentially. I mean, it's great practice that you're timing yourself, but I know that you guys may feel a bit embarrassed handing in bad homework to teachers in school because I know that I did. So I'm not 100% sure if I would recommend that, but if you are struggling with the exam stress and the exam pressure, you could do that as something to kind of alleviate that stress.